me say something.
Okay.
Uh, all right. All right. We are live, people. Welcome to Chat Her Up. Tonight we are going to recap part 3 of Real Housewives Comics Reunion. Today it's me, Joy. Hey. My T.
Whoop whoop. Monty's here.
And Miss Callie.
Miss Kelly, baby.
Right. So, but before we get into the tea on the reunion or the recap, let's talk a little bit about a rumor that what we're hearing about Huntsville. Go ahead, Callie.
So it got back to me the other day that a blogger, while she was live, somebody told her that NBC put out the shows that have been canceled. Of course, OWN is not a part of NBC, but I guess it made the blogger just start searching for stuff. And she typed in if Love and Marriage Huntsville was renewed for a 10th season. And it came back and said, no, the season has not been removed. I mean, the season has not been renewed. Their final cut was in January, and that the show would not be back for a 10th season. And so I'm thinking, she's tripping. Let me go look online. I went and Googled the same thing and got the same response.
So you got the same response?
Yes. Now I have 1,500 iPads. So I kid you not, one said yes, the other one said no. And then the next day, which was yesterday, I believe, the one, you can't pull it up now anywhere. When you type that in now, it says this AI, first of all, it was an AI note that made it, but it says this AI has no information on that story. So after seeing it multiple times, and I did screenshot and I did post that video of the one that I did see. Now you can't find anything on it. So we don't know yet if anything has been official.
But I thought they were filming. No?
Oh, I don't know for sure. But
that's what I heard.
I heard that they're possibly filming, and the only ones they don't think is filming is Destiny and Martell. I don't know that for sure. The only one's not. I heard about Ralph.
I heard a scene about Martell and Ralph filming something.
Right. So, but we don't know if that is Huntsville, if it's Love and Marriage Huntsville or not. And then I posted a video yesterday or this. Yeah, it was early. I cannot sleep lately. I don't know what the hell's going on with that. I posted a video of the clip where Melody at the reunion calls, what's the ex-husband's name? Martell. He calls Martell out for not saying something to Ken. And then the way she said it, she said, it's a lot of bass in that voice, you know. And he ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing. Do y'all remember that clip?
I mean, the only thing he said is that he didn't like it.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Martell.
I really didn't get that response. What did they want him to do? Jump up in his face?
No, I'm not talking.
Like it?
I'm not talking about Martell. So the comment that Melody made, because the comment said he ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing.
But it was about. It wasn't anything.
Joy, I'm not talking about Martell. Let me
finish, Joy.
Get to where I'm going. This has nothing to do with Martell. The comment that she made. He ain't said nothing. I thought that was funny as heck. So I put that comment with the rumors that says they're not coming back. And then, has anybody heard from Carlos? And then I played Melody's video saying, no, he ain't said nothing. He ain't said nothing. And it was funny to me. Anyway, so when it was first posted on, we got like 300 views and then it cut off. And then it sent me the notification. They had to look into it for like bullying purposes. And I'm thinking, am I bullying somewhere? Yeah, so somebody is looking at the stuff. Somehow you can no longer find the response that we got the other day about if they're being renewed or not. And then I got flagged for a comment that questions, are they coming back? And has anybody heard from Carlos? So I think that people might have their eyes on that because of various reasons. I don't know if there's some legal stuff going on that we hear or rumored.
You can dispute your flags because I had to do a whole bunch of them on TikTok because somebody after Trump became, or right before, no, when they came back, when TikTok went away for like that half a day, their people have been going through and flagging the stupidest stuff. I got flagged for, so that's what we doing now, or something like that. So that's how we doing it, or something. I said it was so basic.
Yeah.
Like, and videos, like I had to dispute a video that I did about Trump that it wasn't even about Trump. It was a video of a historian talking about how quickly Hitler turned Germany into a communist country. Because it was like a couple of days. And one of the first things he did was get rid of the military. And it was just telling what he did. And I got flagged for that. I had to respond because you can't dispute it. I said, that's historical fact. This is not even hyperbole. I didn't even put anything to it. I didn't add to it. That's a historian.
Yeah.
So Kelly, are you able to dispute it, or can you not even see it?
No, it's back on there now. It's back.
Oh, it's back. Okay.
But while it was off, it didn't give me the option to dispute. That was the first time that I saw that kind of notification. It gave me no options to dispute it. It was different. I had a picture posted out there on in our message thing. I don't know if you guys had a chance to look at it or not, but I think I deleted it since. And I'd never seen that response before, so I thought it was kind of
So I guess what
do you think she's coming
we
back?
have to wait to see if they're
say again?
coming back? Do we need to, I mean, when was Carlos normally announced? Because I mean, Bell Collective was announced immediately when it went off, and then people started quitting. That they were renewed. So how long
really have
does it normally take?
Yeah, he doesn't really ever do anything to like a schedule. It doesn't seem. I mean, we might.
I don't think with Huntsville, we just kind of automatically knew it was going to be renewed. We've never.
So, do you guys believe that it may not be now?
No, I don't.
I don't know. I know that what normally happens is they normally are filming almost at a backlog. And so they would be filming right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you what I heard. Can I tell you what I heard? This and I can't even tell you where I heard this from, but this is what I heard. I heard that there was almost like because Melanie quit, they're asking them to film a couple of episodes that they want to peek at. I actually heard that. And that's why I hear about Martell filming with Ralph. And Ralph is from Atlanta, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Drew's husband. Or I don't know if he's her ex-husband or soon to be ex-husband. I don't really know their status, but Ralph and Martell were actually friends prior to this. So,
and aren't they doing stuff with that suit guy or no?
I knew Martell was. I didn't know about Ralph.
I have no idea. But I could see him linking up with both of them.
Right. I thought he was in one of them or something. Yeah. But go ahead.
So that's what I heard. I heard that they're kind of like a peek and see. And when Huntsville first started, guys, that's how Oprah did them. That was the own network, which is why we kind of hear things like sometimes we'll say, the second half of the first season. Because when they first got this show, when Carlos got greenlit for that show, they only filmed like 12 episodes. And I might only be off by 1 or 2 episodes. It might have been 13. But it was such a hit rather quick. After that 13, and they were looking at the numbers, they ordered 12 more. And I remember that because they started filming that summer. So almost immediately when they aired that last episode, they were filming for what would end up being, because they did it that summer fall. That's when Melanie had first gotten pregnant with Sugar Mama.
Okay.
So
I guess we'll figure it out. I mean,
so do y'all
see what direction they want to go in? So are they not gonna? I just wonder if they're gonna bring on. I'm gonna call her name, not Coleslaw, but Ariam.
Yeah, I just
I,
don't
I
think they
heard
would
that
do
rumor
that.
as well. I
Yeah,
did
I
hear
heard
that.
it as well. I
Okay.
just don't think they'll do that. And then I heard one of the other bloggers that was talking about Melody possibly suing the network, because that's been a rumor going around as well. And then is he like a producer on a TV show, something or something like that?
Who?
Who?
AL.
Who is AL? I don't
Anyway,
know these people, so probably not, because we don't know them.
I don't know.
he was saying that with Melody possibly having a lawsuit, I guess there was some type of defamation in there, but it was also something she was set up. And then he pulled out, or at least was speaking about, the production deals or the contracts that they signed, the cast. And in those contracts, it makes clear mention, we can make you look however we want to make you look on the show. Basically, of course, not in those words. Yeah, so he was just going through a couple of different things that says you signing the. You don't have to give you advance notice. You don't have to.
I guess we'll see.
Are they?
I mean, anybody can sue. It may not have a case, but you can try.
Yeah. So anyway, that's
okay. So what's the
Did
next
you
rumor
guys
so we can
want
get this
them to
Okay,
come
started?
so I did hear about Potomac. I sent you guys this yesterday.
What about it?
So in Potomac, there is a rumor that because Miss Karen is not returning, well, we know she won't be in next season. Whether or not she returns once her prison season is over is a possibility. We don't have a clue. But I'm pretty sure they'll offer her something, because I'm sure there'll be some buzz around her coming back, and Bravo will want to capitalize
on it. Have them jail braids. I'm like, I can't wait.
I'm assuming that's just, we don't know that.
What's the jail braids that kind of go all the way to the back?
My Cleo had and set it off.
I can't. Okay.
But the rumor is Bravo, because they're about to film for Potomac, offered Candace a contract.
I saw that. And then they showed.
They offered Candace and not Robin?
I would think Robin would have been a better fit than Candace. But I think neither. I didn't see the whole Giselle Robin thing. This whole Giselle is nicer. That I always thought that Giselle was always Giselle. I think that because the show had taken such an ugly turn, I have a hard time believing they would allow Candace back, because she was part of that ugliness. I don't think Robin was in that way. And I think that it's too much pressure on Giselle at this point, and especially next season, for her to like go against anybody. Like, I just don't think that would be the case. If she was to have a rival, I don't think it would be Wendy. I think
it won't be Wendy.
It would probably be more like Mia, or even Stacy.
So do you think that Mia is coming back even though she left?
I don't think she should
walk off,
now to come back. My daughter mentioned that, and I think that was just her assessment, and I kind of agree with her. I don't think she should. If you walking off the reunion, you should not be rewarded with or demote her down to a friend.
Like, that could be our segue to the show. But you said something about Karen was crying in jail. Are we gonna talk about that or no?
Yeah, I did hear that she was crying for her first day in prison. I'm like, where are they getting this from? But I do know that people do report things, because when Teresa was locked up, people were reporting things. People stole her diary. Like, it was a lot of.
Yeah, he did it.
Listen. And we were hearing even about the girl from what's her name?
Jen Shaw.
Yeah, Jen Shaw. So yeah, whether or not that's true, I don't know, but that's what they say.
I imagine I wouldn't be surprised if she cried. Yeah, me too, Joy. I'd be like bawling and having to sleep on the mattress, on top of some bunk bed, underneath some butch boy or something. I can't.
There was also another rumor about Karen. I've been hesitant to say it, but I told y'all about what happened the night before she went.
No, what?
They said she was pissy drunk.
Oh, okay. I mean, would that surprise you? It would surprise me only because allegedly she just got out of rehab, but or the what you call the beach resort or wherever she was. Other than that,
Right.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if she
Yeah.
did get pissy drunk.
Right.
Okay. Okay. Let me look at my notes. Y'all ready?
Yep, we ready.
All right. So, how would you all rate the? Let's rate the episode and then the reunion overall. So let's do it two for. So, how would you rate the last part 1st?
I give it a 7. Give it a 7 or 8.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
What about you, Joy?
If it hadn't been leaked, it would be a 9 or 10.
Oh, yeah.
I wish the producers would stop that. You know, I like getting the tea. We gonna report it when we get it, yes. But they just don't know that the best reunions and the best, drops is when we don't know nothing.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, like, I always go back, and I can say always, but in recent couple of seasons, I go back to Salt Lake City. Salt Lake City and that Monica stuff. It was so jaw dropping because it wasn't leaked. If that was leaked, we would have just been watching it play out. But if this stuff wasn't leaked, we would have been like, what? We knew it. I told you.
Right.
You know what I mean? It would have been a different response. These report, I think it be produced. I don't even think it be the producers. think it's their glam and people around them. I really do think that they makeup artists and they hairstylists, they leave those places, those reunions and those, scenes, and they run their mouth. And they imagine the jaw drop we would have had if we didn't know what happened with Kenya.
Yeah.
I mean, you're right.
They mess up the show.
Right.
I mean, I like getting it, but they still mess up the show.
And it's all in who it is. I mean, I guess with that type of information, all the bloggers they invited there, there was not a way that would not have gotten out. If you think about it, it'd be different if it was just the cast. Yeah, but that kind of information, and you got outside bloggers up in there, and that of course want to put this on their page. We gonna say something. That's what I think. But
I think,
but somebody lied about Mia and Kay fighting. So sometimes they even lie.
Or when Monique dropped that binder on Giselle, we had heard that it was a bomb dropping, but we didn't have any detail.
Giselle told it because when they was
she didn't tell. Only thing she said is
she just said it was me.
It was bad. It was really, really bad.
She did
say that.
So speaking of binder, real quick before I'm sorry, Monty, before I forget, because I'm about to forget and I've only been saying it for 2 seconds. Okay, so there's been a questions, not rumors, going back about this being one of the better reunions, and then they tried to compare it to season 5. So this season and season 5, which one do you think was a better reunion?
What was season 5? Was that the binder?
Yes,
the binder. That's what made me say it.
This one was definitely better.
Okay. What you think, Montique?
I think that because for some people, the binder was probably better because they did not know what was happening. But we already knew that it was going to happen because Monique said it on Watch What Happens Live, that she had some information and the receipts.
And
it wasn't a shock to me.
Say this. And if that one particular live that Bravo made her take down, she actually had that binder out, going through it, reading stuff from it.
Oh, I think I do vaguely remember that.
And she said, I'm going to bring this with me at the reunion. So she had laid out, but I remember what happened to watch that live. But she claims, after she left the show later, she said Bravo made her take down that particular live. And I kind of believe it because that live was way better than the other two. Because she was reading stuff from producers, the stuff that people, that her friend, that's how, and I thought it was important. The reason I wish that they hadn't have done it, because Giselle took all the blame. In the binder, she was reading emails that her friend was sending to producers about Monique. That's where the tea was. The real tea was in that binder. And like one of the first things that I remember her saying clearly was, Giselle didn't even tell the rumor. Here is the real rumor.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why when people say Giselle had that, she talked about that girl baby. She did not. Monique did.
So what do y'all think about the reunion overall? Like what? Oh, I guess I'll give it the episode because I didn't do it. I'll give it like a 7.5. What about the reunion overall?
I it was one of the better ones for me. I'd give it a high 8.
Me too. I'll give it overall an 8.
Yeah, I would say it was an 8. Yeah, it was enough tea, but it wasn't a malicious type thing. It was enough laughs in there and enough whatever in there to move the story along. And when they left, it seems like everybody could gather together but Mia.
Yeah. It was enough because they were shady towards each other and they held each other accountable, but nobody really took offense. Like they were like, like Karen said, I'm standing in my truth. Like they all knew they was full of crap and when they were, and except Stacy, and we'll get to that. And they let it go.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so y'all ready for notes?
Yep.
All right, let's see. So it starts back up with Mia running off the stage. What? Okay. Mia can stand on business for everything. But did you think that she thought they were going to chase after her?
No, I don't. Did you think that? I didn't think that at all until you just said it.
Because I thought she was running off stage. Because even when Giselle and Karen were kind of going at, they were running after each other and check on each other. Nobody checked on her.
I'm not surprised by
that.
Not
even Andy. Not even nobody.
He checked on her the first break when she was crying and went in her room, and he told her it was like a guilty cry or something. Right. But, yeah, you're right on that final one. He didn't chase her out. But I didn't think. I guess maybe she did expect somebody to come get her, but I sure wasn't thinking about that when I was watching it.
I don't think she really. So you think she really thought was trying to leave? Because you know how some people fake it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, and then
when nobody didn't call her,
right. So nobody's coming to stop me from leaving. What the hell?
Right.
Yeah, so, no, I get it. And so she just kept on walking. I don't know. So folks are a little upset that she did leave. What do y'all think? I think she should have left.
I don't think she should have left.
You don't think?
These women have. So I mean, Giselle didn't leave after the binder. That was tough. Candace has gone through some stuff with Christian. None of them have left. Robin didn't leave when they was going on about like they sit there and they take it. And Mia's is big bad. I'm gonna stand in my truth. I'm gonna do. And she even said I shouldn't have put this in my. What did she say? I wrote it down. She said I shouldn't even have made this an issue. Mia said she shouldn't have put herself in that position for anybody to question her motherhood.
Yes.
Duh.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, anyway, let's see. So then Wendy tells, do you think that Wendy kind of overhyped the tea, or was the tea really that good?
She overhyped everything this season with her little self. Wendy's a trip. I like her, but yes, Wendy, she just goes into it. I think everybody overhyped it.
Oh, you think so?
Mm-hmm. And I think it felt overhyped because none of us were surprised by it. Like, even if, because I think the only thing I was more surprised about was how strong Stacy stood on it's not true. Because that girl seemed like she crazy in Road Lizard. He had I sent y'all a thing he did, TJ.
No, I don't remember.
I seen it. He ain't got. He said, "I think I should start telling the real stories." Shut up, TJ.
No,
you ain't got no story.
I ain't talking about that.
Which one you stomach?
I don't know if it was a tweet or Instagram post, but he said, "What's interesting is when you send money through Venmo.
Oh yeah.
It has your name or something to this. I'm paraphrasing.
Venmo makes you put what it is. I always put pizza even when it ain't, because it's the first little emoji.
I was about to say that. So yeah, bring on the receipts, but the receipts have
so,
to say what happened.
Yeah,
right.
So he's saying what's interesting is, you know,
What are you doing?
he was insinuating that he has digital proof.
Yeah.
And I don't know if y'all watch what's happening live last Sunday, but Simone was on there.
Okay.
And Cecil from Married to Medicine.
And I was shocked by that conversation.
And apparently, Walter from
Housewives Atlanta
from Atlanta is Cecil's nephew. And Simone said that he and Kenya did date at some point. But when she moved to Atlanta, she called him up and said, "Hey, I'm on this show. I'll make it." So basically what Walter was saying was true when he was doing those interviews. He said that he never insinuated that she paid him, but she did make clear that, Walter did say that she asked him when he could film with her. You do good press for your business. I make sure I plug it. This is all you have to do. And it would just explain a lot. So it was fake. He didn't pay her. When he said, Stacey was like, "So Kenya paid him?" She said, "No, he didn't pay her, but it was, he did ask him."
But I think a lot of people probably do that. Like, even with their family members, like, look, you're going to film. They're going to be, because I'm sure what's her name did it to Greg too. We're going to show your business. You're going to film. Who's going with Greg? Kay.
Mimi?
Oh, Kay. Ain't her boyfriend Greg?
Heck, I don't know. He had.
You don't think that's her? Yeah, that's his name.
I think it is, but I think that you do like a preparation of, this is what we're gonna do.
Of course.
I know what I'm saying is, when anybody films, and I do think Kenya probably did call him and was like, "Look, I got a proposition for you." You know what I'm saying? That's most people, when you have somebody film, you're gonna sell it to them because they're gonna get ridiculed. You got to prepare them. Poor little Walter, probably, I don't know if she paid him, but I think that what Cecil said was probably true. Like, your business is going to get some advertising. Yeah, and I think TJ, I don't know if he got paid, but I think she probably sold it to him like, you want to be a star, you want to be on TV,
right?
Here's your chance.
Some exposure.
And I'm not sure what kind of star he would be, going from QVC to the Housewives to now let me try and make a movie. His star days like that, they might be gone, but I don't think she paid him. So I can't wait to see the receipts that have to explain what it's for.
If he's gonna do it, he needs to do it while the pipe is hot.
Right. But why is everybody so quick to believe him over Stacey?
Because we all felt like it was fake. We've been calling that guy Walter all season.
Yeah, we have.
I'm like, why is it now all of a sudden? Because she said, no, it's not true. Like, she would have said, yeah, it's true. Anyway, like, I don't know why it's far-fetched. It didn't feel real.
It didn't feel real because she was divorced. Or not divorced, correction. If she wasn't divorced yet, so she could only do certain things. He did really want the trainer. Did I miss that? Was that on the TV? Because I don't even remember that scene.
I don't remember that either.
I don't remember nothing about no trainer. But
that was their first scene.
But I don't remember what the trainer looked like.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I don't remember what he looked like.
It can't be too memorable because, if he wants to be.
I remember them going to. They went to work out. And Stacey seemed very eager to touch him, and he didn't seem eager to touch her. That was the first thing that I noticed.
Right. So they were both. I mean, he was weird to me. So I did believe that was her best friend, but nothing that happened would make me believe him over her. I just don't. I mean, the majority of everything I've seen is the same way, thinking that I'm like, y'all just want to hate on people.
Can I tell you why? Okay. Because I'm going to say this. If somebody is saying, because she said it out her mouth, I wish that I could say this face to face to him. I wish he could say this to my face. So then, there's a thing called Skype, FaceTime, whatever you want to use. I think it's called Duo on Google phones or our Androids. You can get on face to face, and they gave her the opportunity to go face to face with him and discredit what he was saying.
Yeah.
Okay, but why? How was she discrediting? Because all he's gonna do is keep lying. He just lied. He was on speakerphone. So what makes you lie?
You should face your accuser if you know that you're telling the truth.
Yeah.
Even if he was gonna say, Stacey, girl, this ain't true. She could be like, you are a dang on bald face lie. For her to say it to him in front of people.
Yeah.
But for her to just not even to consider it, even after she said that she wished she could, it made her look crazy.
It didn't at all to me, because realistically, wherever he was at talking to Idris, right, and he's on the speakerphone and everything, they weren't trying to hide the conversation. So he was not sitting there all shy and quiet, don't tell nobody that she paid me. He was out loud, and Stacey was probably 6 feet away from him out there on the stage. So he knew she was there. He knew everybody was there. He knew that if he's going to sit up here on the phone and say, oh, she paid me, then he knew that's what he was going to do. And Stacey calling him from the other room is not going to change his lie. He's on speaker already sharing that. He knew she was there. So, it's like, what am I going to call him for? He's still going to lie.
She's the one who brought it up, that she wished she could say it to him and discredit him.
She said she wished she could say it to him in his face with her attorney.
And
an attorney, really?
That's what she said. Yeah.
Okay. No, she said attorney later. And then they was like, girl. No, the first thing, because Wendy even said, girl, you sounding crazy.
She doesn't sound crazy at all.
And was letting her know he's giving you the opportunity.
The only reason Andy even brought up
that wasn't an opportunity. That is crazy to me. I'm like, what opportunity for him to continue to lie? He wasn't scared to lie. They was probably 2 rooms apart. I don't get that.
But I mean, but you was gonna have to do it to my face.
Okay, you was close to my face anyway, and you weren't trying to hide it.
No,
it just seems too easy.
Was he close to her face? He was close to Eddie's face, not hers.
Not hers.
They were in the same. They were at the same place, y'all. This is the reunion. They were at the reunion. What do you mean? When?
Who was that? TJ wasn't at the reunion.
Okay, TJ was on the speakerphone
with Eddie, not her. And
okay, Eddie was at the reunion. They were at the same place. So if you go on a speakerphone,
okay, Kelly, you're making no sense. I'm sorry.
How am I not making sense?
I can't even condone this anymore.
How is that not making sense? Listen. I am standing here in the kitchen talking to somebody on the speakerphone. Now, back there in my office is who I'm talking about. So if I'm right here in the same vicinity and you on a speakerphone in the next room, what the heck?
They wasn't in the next room. She didn't even know.
How do you know how far away they were?
Oh, girl.
How do you know how far away they were from each other?
Because she didn't know nothing about it. None of them did.
She didn't know nothing about his life.
The only way they know on the stage. Wendy told him because Eddie called her.
They're out there on the.
Remember this?
I do.
Yeah, okay, of course he called her. But they're still at the same place. Y'all don't even yeah.
That is not the same place. I'm sorry.
It is the same. What do you mean? Okay. It's a speakerphone.
If I'm in the house with somebody and somebody murdered somebody and I didn't witness this, I should know about it because I'm in the house.
And you
well. What you mean?
Girl, please.
If you're in a home and somebody gets murdered, you're supposed to know about it.
I didn't do it. I don't know nothing about it. But because
the delusion, I don't know what kind of coffee you're drinking.
That's felony murder. That means I was there. No, man.
Well, if you're in a house with somebody who got murdered, you ain't in the house with them.
I didn't see it. I'm not a part of it.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Mm-hmm. Let's just move right along. Come on.
I don't know what. Okay, let's move on. Where's my notes? Kay said that TJ was acting like a paid actor.
As he was. He was acting. I don't know who he was getting paid from though, because it wasn't Stacey.
You don't think? I don't know. I mean, I don't see any reason why she would pay him, but I will say they had no chemistry. He didn't want her to touch him. Mm-hmm. He only wanted to go to the gym and on hikes. When you are
don't forget the zoo.
Even if you are a Christian,
to the zoo.
Even if you are a Christian, you gonna at least want to hold my hand. I mean, Christian's dry hump. He didn't want to do nothing.
Not
Dry hump. I can't. No, I can't. Not on today. I cannot. Yeah, well, TJ's full of crap.
I think she picked the wrong fella.
Yep, you know what? She probably picked somebody that, yeah, you are my best friend. Come on, let's do the show together.
I was sick of her saying, he's my best friend.
What would you prefer?
It was just irritating. It was stupid.
I mean, first of all, if he's your best friend. Because she kept saying, I would not believe that. I just don't believe it. He's my friend. And then once she know he said that.
Yeah, she did.
And then the ladies were trying, and then Andy was like, oh, she's finna vindicate you ladies because you always questioning TJ. And then she was like, and how dare you? And Andy was like, you were supposed to stand on business with them and say, yes, ladies, you were right about TJ. But she's still trying to defend him.
Because she thinks she says he's lying. That's why.
But why defend him?
What are you saying specifically? She defended him how?
When the ladies then start ragging on him, she was just like, he was a good person. And it was so confusing.
He was my friend.
Because that was after I was like, this dude just accused you of playing him. Why are you defending him?
Because
and she wouldn't believe Eddie. And Wendy said when they showed
right, flat out didn't believe Eddie.
Right, so that's why she was trying to defend Eddie, because she thought it was all a lie. That makes sense to me.
Well,
she
why
thought
would
it was all
Eddie
a lie.
and the guys lie about something like that? Like that's just, I can understand the wives, but why would Eddie?
I can't. I wouldn't want to answer. I wouldn't know what he was thinking at all. But we're just going by the facts that we saw when they was in that room behind the stage.
Wendy said that no other people said that. She said TJ was her best friend. So if he's her best friend, he wouldn't say those things about her, and if it were not true.
Yeah, which is why they're not together anymore. She saw lots of stuff when she watched it back. She said, "Oh God, dang, he ain't mine. He don't even like me." That's what she said anyway. She was hurt by that, and her family was hurt because of the way he treated her. So, and I think that's something else that makes me believe her. I mean, your family even noticed what was happening on the show, and we all looking at you like, "What the hell?" So they broke up now, and so I don't know. I guess we're just not going to agree until Zell comes out. But I don't think she paid.
I know. And then so Wendy was like, nobody's gonna believe you in this group. And then Giselle said, and nobody in the audience watching. She didn't say those words, but the people.
Yeah, and I kept that's when I started looking to my TV. Don't speak for all of us.
So you believe her, Callie, for real?
I absolutely believe Stacey. Absolutely, I sure do.
Mm-hmm. So you believe that she thought that TJ was into her?
Yeah, so I think the thing that we like about Stacey is that she just is. Hello, that's so funny. I think one of the reasons that we like Stacey, one of the reasons I like her, is she's so goofy. She's just sweet, pretty, thinks the world loves her, even when Giselle's over there laughing at her. That's just her. She goofy.
Except I think she's putting on a flare. When when she said about Vivian as an example, I think Stacey, and it's nothing wrong with wanting to present the best of yourself. I feel you. I think if I went on reality TV, initially I would want to show the best of myself. But if that ain't you, that just ain't you. F that B, Vivian.
Right, 313. 313.
I'm less,
Detroit, okay?
I'm less mad at Vivian than I am mad at whoever put that wig on Stacey's head. What was that?
Oh my God.
He does have wig.
And the guy that did it is a popular Hollywood designer that once had his own reality show. Which
that was a shake and go out the bag. Okay.
I don't even think he took it. That's how stiff it was.
He just slapped it on her head.
Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, I do. I believe her.
Andy said she could squash it really quickly. They kept trying.
Because they think she's lying. So all you gotta do is call. Let them say,
exactly.
Yeah, they do, but they said it, so it's not like I'm sitting there letting out something we didn't see. They all think she's lying, but she just kept going. Well, you think what you want. I like her. I don't think she's lying.
I like her, but she lied.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with the liar, Mia.
I want her, and it's okay.
At all.
not you. Get off my phone. Okay. And then let's see what else. So they played the tape. TJ said, forget them fake people and that fake show, and that she's paying me and she still owe me money. Run my check. What y'all think? Should she run her check?
No.
I wouldn't pay him now. You done lost your money.
He ain't getting nothing now.
He ain't getting a dime. Even look, he ain't getting a dime even if he needed some gas. I don't believe she ever
ain't getting the food stamp card or nothing.
No EB and the T, nothing. Okay.
No, nothing.
No, I don't believe it. And then if you think about it, because the thing with Walter and Kenya was not like a closed conversation, that was one of the most loud talk conversations on and off the show for a couple seasons. He knew he knew what to do. He did that on purpose. Stacey is possibly familiar with that too. Ain't no way in the world she would have brought somebody on thinking back to what Walter and Kenya went through and knowing that the same thing could happen to her if she paid somebody.
People always think they are slicker and they got better acting. She got an actor.
Not when you bring somebody like JT out. You cannot be slicker with JT.
He was an actor.
Who is JP?
TJ
is JT. Everybody that's his name. It's not TJ, it's JT.
Kenya didn't pay him. I don't believe she paid Walter, but she just asked him, I got this opportunity that I think you could take advantage of. We could plug your business. We could, be helpful to you. And I think Walter jumped on board. And look, I'm not saying that it's even a bad thing.
I don't either.
The problem was Kenya put so much stress on that guy about getting married, and it forced him to have conversations that she knew doggone well she shouldn't have. Right. So because of that, it made Walter look cold to her. And I just don't think that I came over here to be your boyfriend. And I asked you to marry me. Girl, go sit down somewhere.
And I'm just going too far.
Right. Kenya ambushed him.
Yeah.
Where TJ knew what he was doing. He might even be dating somebody. That's what I thought. And so we gonna see I'm a devout Christian and I can't touch and all that kind of stupid stuff. Walter. It just wasn't any chemistry
at all. I mean, I think everybody agrees and sees that, but there really was no chemistry. So who would pay him? Anyway.
TJ, if he was an actor, he didn't even act.
You don't know what?
When you ask somebody to do that, even as an actor, you don't know, especially when you come with the pretense, okay, let's say that I'm a devout Christian. You have to remember that if you believe that this is fake, then a lot of the narrative that they were putting out was also fake. Like him being a devout, he could be with another girl right now, sleeping with somebody, but make it seem so we don't have to touch, we don't have to kiss or nothing because you're gonna say I'm a devout Christian. So that took away the hugging and kissing and the chemistry that you generally see. But I mean, I believe Kiara's boyfriend is a real boyfriend and they ain't had no chemistry.
Stop it, Joy.
They didn't.
They didn't have no chemistry.
They ain't had no chemistry.
They didn't.
I mean, he doesn't like the cameras. He wasn't willing to perform for him. Everybody don't have an Eddie. Eddie performs for women.
He does. He listens to his
wife. So sweet. I like
Eddie. He performs.
Eddie, he listens to his wife.
But it also makes it so fake because I don't think I've seen a real scene of them ever.
No, he listens to what she wants him to do. Like he knows what's going on. Juan didn't listen. Okay, Juan said
Juan was very real. That's the reason why
Juan was too real.
Yeah, it looked bad. Because Juan didn't like cameras and he was agitated by it. I would think though, if they came back, he might be a little bit different. Only because this was a big part of their bread and butter. And they do have a business that's open now. And it's a franchise, so it's a recognized name in the area. But maybe they would do different. I don't think Chris was performative either.
No, he wasn't. Chris would just go off. He was good, and what's his name? Karen's husband.
Yeah, Ray wasn't a
Right.
performative.
Ray would perform at times because this last little clip that they showed was
that
a
was definitely performative.
But Ray, when he didn't know he was supposed to perform, he didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a hybrid.
Yeah.
I wonder how long they performed him to try and walk up those stairs, and did he ever make it?
Honey, Ray ain't been upstairs since that
I
scene.
wonder what I think about him every time I think about Karen. I think about him like an 80-year-old man to lose his wife for a whole year. That it would take a mental toll on him.
Well, you would think, because you got to remember, a few years ago he wasn't even sure he still loved her. So this could go a couple different ways. He could enjoy this time, and then when she gets
I
out,
don't think that it was really about him not
she could love him more.
I don't
know. He may feel like he can go to sleep at night, because if she out drinking and driving, that's tough.
He might get more rest. Yep, and de-stress. And Jen Shaw's husband the same way. He probably just on vacation. And hopefully when they get back, things will be back.
Because she wouldn't take the Uber. Like Ashley gave her them. She probably gave them Uber things out because Karen really did not think she had a problem. Karen does not think she has a problem.
She still don't.
She still don't. She probably gave them away for Christmas, okay? Because she's
been taking medication for 100 years, and they had accumulated 4 DUIs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a lot of the room. I've done a lot, but there was a good amount of the reunion that was dedicated to Karen. But it was still a good reunion without her.
Yeah, well,
I think that if Mia wouldn't have left, it would have been more on Mia. But when Mia left, they had to pivot and show a little more Karen.
She didn't have a choice but to leave.
Hey, y'all.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't.
Kelly, get off. We're going to put Kelly off this.
He said, get off the phone. No, she didn't. No, she did not. She didn't have a choice but to leave, because there's no way in the world I'm going to sit up on that stage while you sit here and call out everything you think is wrong with me as a parent.
Ain't nobody
because
everything. They talk about that one very specific thing.
Well, that one, I don't care if it's one thing or negative one thing. It's still a thing, and that's a major thing. And I'm not going to just sit across from you and let you go at me the way that you did.
Why not?
Because we've already had this conversation. If kids are off limits,
gotta have it again.
If kids are off limits, leave them off limits.
They weren't talking about the kid. They were talking about her and her behavior.
Wanda wasn't talking about the kid either when she was questioning paternity. That we all know.
You keep trying to
when
say
you bring it up. I know, and you keep trying to say otherwise. And in my opinion, it is totally different.
It's not.
It is.
Yeah, it is. It is totally different. It's not the same. You just said it.
Okay. You're right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You just said it.
Got me all damn tongue tied. And then you know what? And then Mia was tongue tied too when she looked at Giselle and said, "Keep my daughter's name out of my mouth." So she got a little tongue tied too. Remember that? Did y'all pick up on that? I was like, okay, but it was still wrong though for her to try and call her out like that on TV to embarrass her. Something that's serious.
She's not embarrassed. That you were 40 years old.
You would probably want to let me finish.
Paternity of an IVF baby.
It's just not going to change. I love it.
She knew that was her baby daddy, Callie. That's the problem.
I know that. I know that. That's never been.
So that's a bad mother to make up a story knowing for a fact that this is your baby's daddy.
Okay, so I think
a fake paternity story to a show.
Let's just squash this real quick.
That's a bad parent because your son.
Let's squash this real quick.
He's going to grow up and see that his mom put his name out there.
Yeah,
as not being his daddy's child.
Okay, so I think let me put a button on this, because last week or whenever we last met, because we are doggone sporadic, I said then, you guys think I'm disagreeing with what she did, that wasn't letting her be seen as I don't disagree with you guys on that. The only thing I disagree with is you trying to bring that up on TV, and it's hurtful. So if she hello.
Finish.
If she brings it up, what?
Go ahead.
If she brings it up as she did, then she's a dumbass. It is what it is. But when you go over here and then you call me out on that and you do it on TV and you know that's embarrassing, you know the kid could grow up and see you yelling at me over something like that too, as opposed to bringing her to the side and talking about it. You do it on TV. That was disrespectful. Let her be disrespectful on her own. Don't join in, because had she not joined in, I bet we wouldn't know nothing about them kids coming in and out the window. You leave that. Don't bring that up.
So you trying to tell me I'm on a show with you? Okay, let's set this up. You bring a storyline to the show, and because it's a sensitive topic, I can't address you on the show about a storyline that you brought on the show. I got to take it off the show.
There is a way to do everything. There's a way to do things. And the way Giselle did it multiple occasions was not the right way. I don't agree.
Okay.
Yeah, but okay.
I ain't never. Because I done seen them talk about people's everything. Whenever they bring some on the show, like, I can understand if Mia didn't bring it on the show. And somebody said, "Oh, did you hear that Mia's baby daddy wasn't her baby daddy?" And then somebody on the show said, "Girl, let me tell you what I heard." Okay, Mia didn't bring it, but she brought it on the show. Nobody asked her to do this.
Right. So let her be a fool on her own. What are you trying to trash her for?
I don't know why we're doing a reality TV show then. Okay, let's move on.
Huh?
I don't know why we're doing a reality TV show.
Her reality
that you're bringing to the show. Like, I thought that's what they did on these shows. I don't understand why people.
No, they don't talk about kids. Correction, they do, and every time it happens, we say leave kids out.
If Ashley would have said, "Oh, I don't know if one of my kids by Michael is Michael's baby," people would have talked about it on the show. They would have.
I get that. That doesn't
mean right. If Giselle said my kids might look like Jamal, but I don't think they Jamal's, it would have been talked about.
But it doesn't make it right. Doesn't give me the thing to say, "Oh my God, you were horrible." It doesn't know that there's an example that we're going to agree on, because I think you're hearing it as if I'm supporting her actions, which there could be nothing further from the truth. I'm just supporting how certain things should never be said on TV. If she wants to be a fool and say it, let her. But that doesn't give me the right to call her out multiple times. Now listen, just call me Mia at the moment. That doesn't give me, Mia, the right to call something out on you, but you were able to call it out on me because it was on the show. Let me be a fool alone. Don't come at me and embarrass me, because it's not going to be end well for you. Now I know something that I should know about your kids. It's tacky all around. Leave the kids out of it.
But she did the same thing to Karen about Raven to Ray, and you. I mean, it's not like Mia hasn't done these things.
Mia called Giselle's girls that are in college, in my opinion, which was dangerous as hell, whores.
Right, I know.
Very like those girls,
and I know that's dangerous.
On HBCUs,
worst thing in the world.
Literally could be, their lives could literally have been in danger.
Everybody, yes,
like literally. Just,
right.
That wasn't Giselle talking about, girl, my whole daughters did X, Y, and Z. I would agree with you if I would have said
it was horrible. Yeah, it was horrible.
Mia put her business on the streets.
Yes, she did.
She should not have done that.
But, no, she didn't. But she did. She did. That doesn't mean everybody else, because when somebody else comes in, like I said, probably 5 or 6 or 7
times, had every right.
Giselle wasn't the only one that did it. That's the crazy part is, y'all, you only saying Giselle did it when all of them did it.
They did,
like, because that's what they do on the show. Like Karen did it, Wendy, they all told her that she shouldn't be doing this.
They didn't even say that when and you did say that when Monique was talking about Giselle's kids about in regards to Jamal.
I think what's funny is y'all really think I paid attention to what Monique did. Hold on, guys, I'm sorry.
Okay, like, let's move on. I mean,
let's move on, because I agree that everything she did is wrong. That does not give Giselle the right to drag her. What are we looking for, baby? That does not give Giselle the right.
You call my child a whore, I'm dragging you around this whole damn country.
Yes,
call my child anything.
No arguments for me. But if you hadn't brought my stuff on TV, I wouldn't have brought your stuff up. Y'all don't want to hear that part.
In the
Had you not brought my stuff up, I would not have brought yours up.
Mia brought her stuff up.
Okay, then let Mia do it. Let Mia do it.
You don't want them to be on the show.
like that.
It does. It should work like that. It doesn't work like that because y'all are
never gonna work like that on reality.
I am team right.
That's not how reality TV
okay.
show.
Just for you guys.
And she know that. And if she didn't know that's how reality TV show works, then
she knows now.
Because if you gonna bring any topic on this show, they gonna talk about it.
Yeah. Are you
Mia out of her own mouth said I should not have done this.
Yeah. Of course she said that. Everybody's coming at her like a crazy person. It should not have been done.
You're really right.
Listen,
even said
she
this
should not have done it. So I think we all agree with that. She should not have done it. She apologizes. She should not have done it. Giselle should not have done what she did either. That's all I'm saying.
Everybody is talking about this, Callie. So you want
I know that I think
talk
I
about it not on the show, but have us as that's disingenuous.
Okay.
That's crazy. Like all the
keep my kids out your mouth.
But we can't talk about it as castmates.
No, keep my kids out your mouth. Honey,
that's crazy. Okay.
No, that's the one that didn't come on.
I don't think she was tired. I don't know how your behavior, what you're doing as a person to your kids is somehow talking about your kids.
Stop, Joy.
You can't ask me to keep my kids out your mouth, and you actually called my daughters whores.
Oh, well, yeah.
In the words of Cardi B, we are enemies forever.
So you're saying, yeah, I agree with that, as should be. I agree with that. But if Mia is crazy, which some of us, we know Mia be lying, Mia felt threatened by that. Mia felt threatened by that. We know Mia. Of course she was going to come back at her and try to embarrass her the same way that she felt that she was embarrassed. It is what it is. But so I think if we keep repeating this, we probably don't have to. I agree. Everything she did was wrong. Everything. So I think that's what's important.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. All right. Let's see. I don't even think I got nothing to say. Let me see where my notes are. Do you think that them talking about Karen? Do you think them showing that last clip help or hurt Karen?
Say it again.
Where she's laying in the bed with and talking to Ray, talking about she's been over medicating herself or self-medicating. How did she get all this medication?
These doctors making their money.
Because her exact words was, I should have went back to my doctor. Did you not hear this?
Yeah, I remember she said that. I thought that was strange. I didn't know what that meant because I can't even get 800 milligrams ibuprofen.
Right.
So what they do obviously to celebrities is a little bit different, which is kind of jacked up when you think about how many we've lost to like prescription drugs. Because like literally, if I called my doctor and said, I've been having headaches, can you prescribe me some ibuprofen? I got to come in and visit him.
She must not, because she said I should have went back to see him. So I'm like, if you didn't go see your doctor, how you get more pills to medicate yourself? I mean, it just didn't make sense to me. And she had to be like, how long has she said she's been since her mother passed? Was it 7 years? Your doctor should be changing up your medicine if it's not helping you if you're depressed. Like you should be trying to. To me, it just didn't add up. Mm-hmm. The math didn't math. So I think Giselle was even like, don't show this because it's not helping her.
Yeah, she was literally saying, just stop it. Just turn it off.
Because I don't know. I don't know. I feel bad for Karen, even though I guess I shouldn't. This was really, to me, could have been a story. And Karen should have done it. Kay said that Greg has a treatment center. And she said that we could have helped Karen. Do you remember her saying this? We could have helped her stop drinking. Like she could have went into the program at our treatment center. That could have been the story. Like that could have been.
I said that. I've been said that. I said if Karen was smart, she would have went to rehab, did a 30-day program immediately after the DUI, and spent the whole season talking about that. That she wanted to get clean, she wanted to stop drinking, all of that. but Karen is so prideful.
Karen could have done it with Kay and Greg. They have a program. She could have done it on the show. It didn't have to be before or after. It could have been during.
Yeah. But I wouldn't have done it during. But I think she should have did at least 30 days inpatient.
No, she could have been talking to him. You know how they meet up with their therapist? She could have met up with Greg and been like, Greg, I did, just kind of talking about stuff. Didn't have to incriminate herself, but at least show she was trying to talk to somebody. Like Karen, and she told Kay no. Like she made Kay think she really didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know.
She's prideful. That's what I was saying. She was prideful.
Something wrong with that.
What did you think about, because I know people have mixed messages about Ashley mentioning what a blogger called and told her about that second person in the car.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you watch the video, she did say that somebody else was in the car.
Then they hopped out.
Yeah.
You know that driver, she said that security you hired for me?
Yeah. So something is off here. It is something going on that we didn't know about. But why wasn't that mentioned? They said none of that was mentioned in trial.
Wouldn't you try to mention that? I mean, if you could get out of jail, my first thing was I wasn't driving. There has to be proof that she was driving this. Because, I mean, if she got a security guard, think about how far back the seat would have been. Like, they probably could prove Karen was driving. They probably could prove it. Her head might have hit the steering wheel. You could see her little her wig slid back, so her forehead print was probably on it. Like, Karen, I think she was driving. You don't think so?
Yeah.
I think she was driving. I don't know. I feel bad.
I think she was driving too. She was driving. Somebody said that other person was an angel walking away from saving her life so that she could get some help.
Girl.
That's what they said. The YouTuber, J-Dog. His name is J-Dog.
Mm-hmm. Well, it could have been somebody protecting her and watching over her. We never know.
So that reporter that called Ashley and said, no, there's somebody else in there. We saw somebody else walking away. And then we ain't heard nothing else about it. The guy said that was her angel. Saying, I'm going to let you get away with this. You ain't going to hurt yourself or nobody else. But you need to go get you some help.
This is Karen's wake-up call. I mean, if she don't wake up from this.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What do y'all think about her saying that there's no more Grand Dame? She's just going to be Karen. Do y'all believe that?
No.
I don't either.
I mean, I guess we can stop calling her the title, but she's Karen is still going to be Karen. I just hope that she's a better one just with the drinking. I don't know that I would come back to the show if I were her. Is Ray's taxes paid off yet?
Yeah. She said she paid. That was part of her stress.
Okay. So
remember?
A little bit. So maybe, maybe now she doesn't have to work. And she can. I wouldn't come back to the show because sometimes the way these people be tripping on the show, sometimes it's gonna force her to drink. She said she don't drink dark liquor. So, but still,
I mean, Luann, I think, and I don't know if she drinks or not. To me, I think she still drinks, but she claims that she's drinking. Is it called non-alcoholic?
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it, but it doesn't have alcohol in it.
Yeah, she wants us to all
mocktails. So, but Karen don't drink around them really.
Not no more.
It's when she gets home.
So, do y'all believe that people at these bars saw Karen?
I was about to bring that up. Yeah.
They remember Karen over there getting drunk every day.
Because at first I was mad at Wendy for not meeting her.
Huh?
You think any of them will visit her?
Is she in Potomac still, like in the area?
Oh, I don't know.
I think Candace will visit her.
Let me ask Chat GPT.
Yeah, let's see what she is.
I think Candace will visit her and get a feel on if she should come back to the show or not.
Do you think Candace should come back?
No. I mean, I like Candace. She's kind of my favorite, but I can't watch another season of Giselle being that mean to anybody. And so if that's really what brings it out, and Giselle was,
she ain't gonna.
I can't see that. I just can't see it.
And so. I mean, And now that Wendy and Giselle are getting along, I wonder if the dynamic would change between Giselle and Wendy or Wendy and Candace. Or if they will be able to
I think it would go back to, yeah. I loved how when Wendy tried to take credit, let me just know, I am the first one.
Right?
Giselle was like, girl, why you always trying to be the first? She was like, shut your.
What she say? She was the first. What?
To say Mia be lying.
Oh,
yeah, and just make it a point. I am the first one that I brought this up. I told child. So I do like that because Giselle will call her out every time. Okay.
But Wendy does. She tries to be the best thing of everything. Like I ain't never met anything like Wendy.
She does. No matter what.
I ain't never. I don't know if she needs a validation or she just.
I don't know. I've been watching a lot of reality TV with a lot of Africans, first generational Africans, and because I'm watching this show Married to Medicine, and it's a girl who's a first generation African.
Mm-hmm.
They are different.
I'm different. Yeah,
They are very ambitious, and it's not. I wish more Black people here in the United States, long standing, would be as ambitious. They definitely are ambitious, and you have to admire that. But mentally, they are different. And when I mean really different. It's kind of weird to me. And let me be more specific. The females I've come across are different. I've dated an African before from Senegal before I dated my husband. Seriously. He actually asked me to marry him. I was scared.
No, you didn't. She said she was scared.
He was a little older than I was. He was very ambitious. Probably the smartest guy I think I ever met in my entire life.
Why was you scared?
He
thought he was going to take you home.
He was ready, and I wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Because I was kind of new to Islam. He had been a Muslim his whole life. And while it was a couple of things he did promise me, I don't know if I believed him because I knew he didn't want to be. He was very clear that he eventually wanted to go back home because he wanted to get into politics at home. And while the idea wasn't bothersome to me, I didn't think he was going to keep the promise of only having one wife. Because his father had 3.
Yeah, so he was going to have at least 4. Okay.
But he said that he had promised me that wasn't something that he wanted because although he never used these words, I'm going to use my words. I think he was a little jealous that his father had other families because they lived far apart. So his father spent a significant amount of time away. And then eventually he would end up coming to America. And they followed. A great deal of them followed. And his father was looking for number 4. Like, nobody got no time for that.
Okay.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
At all.
All I kept thinking about, every time I talk about this situation, because I've talked about, I think about Thelma from Good Times and a cat named eBay.
Oh, yes.
Oh
my God, yes.
Because I was like a huge fan of Good Times in the 90s when they had started putting like Good Times on DVD and stuff. And I couldn't get it out of my head. And I was young. I was also young, being mindful that I had to be under 22 or around 22 or 21 because I met my husband when I was 23. So, and I ended up meeting David maybe like a year later. And we moved rather quickly too. But it was more familiar,
Joy, look, she's like, we can get this done real quick.
I ain't mad at Joy.
I met my husband and we were married within 9 months. I met him in December. We got married in August. That was in 1997. This is year number 26 or 27, something like that.
That's good.
Baby. if Jamila's 25, we've been married 27 years.
I love how Joy use people and be like, well, if X was Y and Y was Z.
Right. And don't forget
Now,
Terry, the uncle.
It's 28. It's 28.
And the Decimal Dawn son over there. Just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah, it is what it is. You know, that African women are very competitive. That's really the word.
Our first generation, like even Asian and all that, are they similar? Or
yes,
I know they're very driven.
Yes, they're very competitive as well. And I don't know how, you know, I admire their ambition because I personally ain't never met a lazy African. Me personally, I ain't never met a non-ambitious African. I'm sure they exist. I just haven't met them. All the ones that I have come across are very ambitious. They have a goal, they have a plan, and they follow it, and they see it through. But
except Simon, because he had ice.
Well, I mean, Simon has started over like 3 times.
I'm just playing. That was me being shady.
Simon started over a couple of times now. He may have stolen some names and stuff.
The Breakfast Club asked her too. Did you call Ice?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, they asked.
Oh God, that was being shady. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like so Simon was he's something. Like they're ambitious. I mean, if you believe Portia's story just by reading just what they have on paper legally and what they actually filed, not rumors. I'm talking about what they actually claim on paper. Mm-hmm. Simon's name is not even Simon. Like his name is not even his name. He's actually taken on a couple of names. Like,
but didn't that one girl try to warn Portia, Tisha, somebody? And people didn't believe her. She's a blogger.
I don't know if they warned about that part. I think they warned about how fast they were moving.
Yeah.
Especially considering that he was still married.
Yeah. It was about how fast. And the fact that he moved really fast with his previous wife. And that's how you get them. That's how you hook people. Like you lock them in with marriage. And Portia, you know, she jumped feet first because he was presenting something, you know, a life of luxury. In reality, you know, it was based off of stolen names, stolen credit cards. The reason that he's in ICE today is because although he did legally this last bout, or he was legally here, he had gotten whatever kind of visa that he had gotten with false information.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's the problem. Now, the unfortunate part about some African men, we've heard about that sort of thing. I haven't heard women like that, but particularly in Nigeria, you know, we've been talking about the Nigerian scammers for 25, 30 years on the internet, scamming all them old people.
I think Portia knew there had to be a little bit of scam going on, especially if she dated his cousin.
Well, I think
she knew.
I don't know about the cousin.
Yeah, the cousin that gave the other car. I mean, just come on. And then, so it gets me though, because now she's upset with Drew for talking to Dennis. I don't know what they did. Of course, we ain't seen the show yet, but that's why they fall out. It's because
I can tell you the rumor if y'all want to hear it.
Well, that's why they fell out.
The thing was, Dennis produced Drew's CD.
Right.
So there had been, I don't know if it was a single or a CD, but he had produced the music because Dennis trying to put his fingers and toes and everything. And Dennis produced one of her songs, and there was rumors that they were dating.
They was in the studio together, right?
Huh?
When they was in the studio together though?
Yeah, I absolutely don't believe it.
Right.
But I think I think it was smart of her to ask him that on camera, because it was circulating that Dennis was seen with her, and it was like probably coming out of a studio or something.
Yeah.
So I don't think Dennis is that low down.
I don't
But
think
wait a
he
minute,
is
why
either.
would
But she
Portia
had
care?
the.
Because she was friends with Fallon and she slept
Thank
with that
you.
lady husband.
You knew where I was going, didn't you? You did.
How
You
was you
knew.
going?
Yes.
She
She
wasn't
is up
friends
here
with
allegedly
Fallon.
really upset at this chick. It's like you weren't even married to Dennis, but yet you took Fallon, who was married to your husband. I mean, I'm like, really?
I'm not saying that what Portia did was right, but based off of what we actually know and not, if you believe his and hers current timeline, I always have to remind people that Fallon had literally moved on with his personal assistant. Not only did he have, not only,
and we always reminded you didn't know that they had already been cheating. And so if you say they only left because of pregnancy, come on now.
That's not
It is true, Joy.
No,
no, this is just payback for all the other times you wouldn't let nobody else talk. No.
The reason that Portia, if you believe what they say, the reason that Portia inboxed Simon and asked if he was okay was because Simon had filed for a divorce, not once, but this was the second time. Because
but Fallon was the friend of hers.
Wait a minute. That Fallon had cheated, because that was why he filed the divorce.
Lord,
he said that she had cheated, and the first time he
so now we believe in a scammer. There's
2 months later, he filed it again, and not only did he say he had proof, he posted it online.
There ain't nobody posting no proof
of that girl's now husband.
Ain't nobody posting no kind of proof on there.
Husband.
She was wrong for taking he was cheating well before that. So, and Fallon told us that he was cheating well before anything happened with her and her husband. But what gets me is how quick y'all are. Listen, so JT was supposedly lying all the time and didn't nobody trust him, blah, blah, blah. But now that they don't like Stacy, then suddenly JT is telling the truth. It ain't no difference here. Simon.
No, people, listen, Callie. People still don't like TJ. And they still know that TJ was lying for the cameras.
Yeah, and that's good. But he was a paid actor. The fact how quick y'all are to go against the girl is what I'm saying.
No,
y'all just will go against the girl. Why are we believing him over Phelan? Phelan had said that he was already out there cheating. He was already cheating. And so the minute you do that, don't question what I'm doing. And the only reason you're trying to say that hers is like worse or whatever is because of a baby, right?
Well, I'm going to say this. If any lady who is with a multimillionaire leave him for the help, something wrong with him. And that help was there when he wasn't there. Flag for Portia. In the same way that he tried to dog Fallon in the press and on the blogs and in the social media, he did to Portia. She got exactly what Simon is. And that should have been a red flag for her. But all she saw was he was a fake little man with some money. She just saw money. That's all she saw.
Legit.
Ain't no way if the man was treating Fallon right, she would have cheated on him. And I'm not calling him the help like it's something bad, but he was literally the help.
Yeah, he was.
She left him for that man.
Yeah, well, once you cheat on me, you're doing good if I'm at your house at all after that. So you need to quit cheating, Simon. And so I don't know why we believe in Simon.
About them getting the divorce. She seemed relieved. Like, oh my God, I'm free. Like, if you think
he
about
had been cheating so much, I would imagine.
Yeah.
He wouldn't let her out the house. He only did a $50,000 prenup. I mean, she's like, no, it's time to go because you're tripping. You've been cheating all on me, and you want me to sit up here and not do nothing?
Well, anyway. They both seem happy now, I guess. I don't even know how we got on this. Why?
And I don't even think they're happy now. What the hell do I know? But she married him after accusing him of, DV. And, she was talking about it. Yeah, she was talking about it on the radio show, was crying. And, and I'm like, so now you marrying him?
She got pregnant again.
So? Stop it. That lady first.
She had the first baby without marrying him. What'd you say, Monteith?
That lady
she's fertile.
She is, ain't she? I mean, come on now.
You see what Angela wrote? She said that every lady she know that has married an African man, they are now divorced.
On today, okay, Angela.
Why? What
they
did
shady.
they divorce them?
Because they got 4 or 5 other wives, or they got some kind of connection over there to the fraud situation side. Yeah, there's
Well,
plenty of
Tasha
reasons.
K said that, and I don't really listen to her, but she said that Portia can't never get no other African because of the way she did Simon.
They all know. So
She went
hopefully
over
she
there
got her
trying to get
own.
another one with Phaedra and came back empty-handed. So I guess now she with Dennis again.
And then somebody
Yeah,
asked, "Do you
I
still
did hear
love Dennis?" She said, "Yeah, of course I do, but not in that way." So,
Hmm.
did y'all hear that? That was on The View. She said that on The View.
she
Okay.
couldn't even tell them a definitive no on that interview that she did today with the Breakfast Club. Like,
Really?
to me, if you don't love somebody, I'm not. Of course, I love him. I'm not in love with him. No, like
Mm-hmm.
for me, that's so simple. You see how I rolled off my tongue?
Yeah, he's the
Don't mean
father of my
nothing. Yep.
child. Of course, I love him.
But I don't know how
But
they got all the way over to
uses
Atlanta.
her
But yeah.
because when Simon was tripping one time, I can't remember what the situation was, but when Simon was tripping one time, Dennis posted, "Come on home, babe." I was cracking
My
up.
question
Sure
is,
did. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I
he
have a
was like, "Come on
question.
home, babe."
What's your question?
With Simon being with ICE, what is the ramification? Like, what's next? Does he get deported? Does he go to what?
They
I think they're going to keep him a lot longer because of how long he's been going through it. I don't know the times, but there was one guy that went on there when ICE came to get him. He went live and said, "All right, y'all, I'm out. I'll be back next week." And then he got back next week and stood and took a picture with his country's flag hanging around him.
he
He
did.
said, "I'm back."
Based off of what I saw with Joe Judice from Teresa's ex-husband from Real Housewives of New Jersey, you sit in ICE when you're disputing going home. So if you're with your lawyer and you're disputing trying to get back in the country, you would stay in ICE. But if you're willing to go home, you could leave. Joe sat in ICE for way longer than his prison sentence because he got left prison and immediately went to ICE. He didn't get to go home. So he kept trying to fight it, but he kept things were getting delayed. And remember, this was after COVID. So things were getting delayed and he was sick of it. He went to one hearing and he had enough he could do an appeal, and then that would take another so many months. And Joe was just so frustrated. He was just like, "I'm finna leave. I can't take this anymore" in ICE. So he was able to leave ICE. I don't think ICE.
So you can just go back to your country.
Correct. Basically. If you're willing to, that's why
thinking.
that Mexican that's pretty popular on TikTok is saying, "I'm finna leave and I'll be back next week."
Yeah.
Because he could leave.
Okay.
ICE, I don't think ICE keeps you unless you're trying to dispute coming back in the country, because you got a better chance in ICE than leaving unless you're in Mexico or Canada, places that you can walk.
Yeah.
Or, because you can walk, you can walk. But Mexico has closed its borders yesterday. I don't know if y'all have seen those videos. People who was driving over to Mexico for one-day trips, they didn't close their borders. So because of these tariffs that y'all
tariffs on Canada, a lot of parts come from there. Like one of my friends,
the same thing. I pray to God my car don't.
And the hair weaves come from there too. They said the price is skyrocketing. I'm telling
you, people are afraid that they're going to lose their jobs because they don't. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
I blame all the people, not the people who voted. I blame all the people who didn't vote.
Yeah.
They are the reason that we're stuck with this mess.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like the address last night, Joy?
Girl, I didn't watch it. What was it?
How long as I mean, and it was like, and he just lies so much. In the words of of the prophet Joe Biden,
no,
everything that come out of Trump's mouth is a noun, a verb, and a lie.
Okay, on today. And he says with such a straight face.
That's so sad. I mean, it's y'all.
That's y'all.
And then, all these people, one of my co-workers, her daughter works for federal. and she's been working from home. And she's like, her boss is writing something so she doesn't have to go back in the office. I said, they're going back in the office.
Yeah, I mean, because I think
He's making them go back in the office.
If you think you could go stay at home, then you might as well go ahead and
Your
resign.
daughter ain't gonna get to stay, and she lives in Florida, but I think their office is based in DC. They gonna make her come back.
That's a power play. That's the only thing that is about, because statistics have proven, I ain't talking about how you feel, that people are more productive at home than they are.
Oh, I am.
So if statistically people are more productive at home, making people come in is nothing more than a power play.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
It's a power play. All of these tech companies have been obsessed with that. And the problem is the people that are these, what's their generation? Gen Zs, these new young people. My daughter's Gen Z. She's 25. I think people that's 28 and younger, these kids, they some lazy so-and-sos. They ain't going on nobody's job.
Right.
They don't have the work ethic that Gen X has, or even the later millennials. Some younger millennials, they don't have that work ethic. We were sold 40 hours. Go to college, get a job. If you take 40 hours, you get a decent salary. That's what we were sold. It ain't work like that for some of these millennials. Some of these millennials tried that and it ain't working out for them. And because it's not, they don't want to do that. They don't see their lives. They didn't watch their parents that don't have better lives until they're in their mid and later 40s. And they struggled in their 20s and they've seen that. That's a real thing.
Yeah.
So I don't blame these Gen Zers. I remember saying Gen Z because I'm telling you, these are a lazy group of kids like ever. They're going to revolutionize the workforce. We're going to be old people. But when we're old, these group of people, they'll probably be working 30, 32 hours a week. They'll have a much better work-life balance. They're not going to be workhorses. That ain't going to exist. Social Security is not working out for them. It's too many things that's just not in their favor that was in ours. These jobs on here, they pay well, give much an hour, but they don't even have pensions anymore.
Yeah.
People got to figure out their own 401ks. Life ain't life in the way for them the way it did for us. We're in a much better position than a lot of millennials. This Social Security, you got some billionaire that's still in contracts talking about saving, but every 15 minutes he getting contracts. He's trying to get the contract from Verizon to do all of the, because Verizon has a contract that does the software and the, I don't know, whatever their system is called for FAA. Elon trying to get that.
And they said Elon already gets like $60 billion from his contracts with the federal government.
Like, that's crazy. It's insane. This kind of stuff is insane. And all of these young people didn't want to vote because Biden didn't do what he said he was going to do, but he could. He tried. That was with them student loans. Them student loans is burying a lot of people.
Yeah.
Those people, those few millennials, that percentage of millennials that went to college, they'll never be able to buy a house.
Did y'all see Elon Musk's son tell President Trump he's not the president?
Yeah. I heard about it. I didn't see it.
I got cracked up.
He called him stupid. He called him something.
And Elon did no correcting because he agrees.
He probably been saying that stuff around him. That's he didn't
get that from nowhere.
Right. Yep.
Just like when he was doing that interview and that kid said, we can do whatever we want. He said that, and he said that clearly. It wasn't did he really say that? No, he actually said, and they had it on a crawler on the closed caption, we can do whatever we want. Them people are easy. I'm telling you, they the Antichrist, but I'm gonna leave that there. I totally believe that. If y'all and I ain't even no Christian, if that ain't Lucifer, Beelzebub, I don't. It don't exist. Nobody should be that rich. Nobody is that rich without doing some real harm.
Yeah.
It's not innovation. That's not innovation. Like, they out there taking away real jobs from people. Have y'all heard about DC and all of those houses? Y'all ever seen like House Hunters? And they show a little house in DC. It's 1,200 square feet and it's $400,000.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like, they said all of those people houses are up for sale. They're finna totally mess up this entire economy. Most of the federal workers that they've been firing live in Virginia. I was surprised about that too, because I would have thought Maryland, but Virginia is closer. Yeah, they live in Virginia. They're finna mess up their economy. People can't afford, without them big jobs, they can't afford. There ain't nobody hiring like that.
Not no more. Ain't no way they're not gonna have no jobs where they stay around 30 plus years. I mean, those days have been gone for a while. Now it's only gonna be worse with these kids.
It's bad. I mean, this is bad. This is like, and I blame not the people who voted. I ain't even talking about the idiots that voted for him. I'm talking about those that sat at home, because now we done effed around. Now we finding out. Because I knew this was gonna happen. That dude is a effing psychopath that we have in office.
It's scary, y'all.
It really is scary. So yeah, let's talk about something and wrap this up before we get more depressed.
I'm about to get off here in a minute. What y'all talking about?
That's it. Oh, I'm done.
Are we through with let me see.
Yeah, we've been done.
With the reunion? Oh, okay.
I don't know what else we watching. I ain't even watched trailers.
I've been watching. If y'all want to, it's over with now. They just have the reunions next week. But if y'all want to watch something, now you can watch it on Hulu, and I'm assuming in a couple of weeks it'll be on Netflix because they've been adding it. It's Married at First Sight was so good this season.
Oh yeah, I need to watch it.
It was crazy this season. One or two people who were married to other people that hooked up. Yeah, it was real good. One girl, that was the African girl. There's a girl on there, an African girl named M that was married to this guy named KG. He wasn't African though. But I kept telling people that girl is crazy as a road lizard. And of course, people said, I don't like the woman. And I'm like, that girl is crazy. I can tell crazy people. I'm a January Capricorn. We could pick out crazy because we scared of crazy.
Yeah.
I'm serious. We run from crazy. And boy, that girl, though she showed her tail. But her guy that she was married to then broke up, and she didn't got engaged and married. She got engaged while she was still married on her second date with some dude who is a firefighter that lives on his sister's couch.
No.
It's this season is so good. It was really good.
I'm gonna have to look at it.
Y'all have to watch it. It's really good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it.
What else y'all watching?
I ain't watching nothing.
Beyond the Gates?
I gotta watch Trader.
I watched 2 of those, but that girl with the big ass threw
she's so funny.
No, she is what made me look at the show and say, "Oh, this is a fake kind of." I didn't like it from just her interaction, the way she threw that stuff, and her eyes were all big. And I'm waiting for the sketch part to come out. I'm like, okay, is this where are we going? Where are we going with this? But I was actually thinking about reviewing that.
I think it's pretty good. I think it's gonna be good. It's warming up. It's
yeah.
The recipe.
I don't know if anybody else is reviewing it or not, but maybe I'll look.
It's a soap opera.
Yeah, I ain't never known nobody to review soap operas or read them. But but people,
sorry, my dog.
Huh?
I'm talking to my dog.
Yeah, what else y'all watch? That's it.
I ain't watching nothing. Y'all need to tell me what to watch. I haven't watched no TV.
I watch Beverly Hills if there's nothing else on.
I ain't watched that.
I don't like Beverly Hills. I'm so sick of Dorit. I mean, that's the worst thing they could have ever did. Fix storylines around her. She is so boring to me. Every time she talks, it seems performative. She's like Quad is to me. Like it's nothing about her. She's very soap opera-ish. I don't like her. It doesn't interest me when she talks. I'm like, I want to yawn when she talks.
No, I want to yawn.
Yeah, so does Andy Cohen at the reunions, but I like her because she's checking stuff. Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right, honey. Just let me know what to watch when we go live. I need to watch Traders. Maybe we can do the rest of Traders or is it over?
Okay. It's been good. It's been consistent. I've enjoyed Traders. But I don't like how there's a rumor that one of the gamers broke the she told her friend that she was a traitor. That's the rumor.
Oh.
The girl named Danielle, I can't remember what.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the rumor. That's what they've been saying. Like I've seen a couple of Instagram posts about it. I didn't want to read it because I don't want to know who makes it and who don't. And the cliffhanger this week, whether or not they voted her off. So we won't know until next week. They've never done that before. We always know who they vote off at the end.
Oh, we don't know?
No. I don't know why they did that.
Okay.
Make sure y'all come back.
Yeah, so I guess. But that's never happened before. We usually know. I mean, even with Phaedra, and our whole body was on pause when they tried to vote out Phaedra because she had, squirmed her way out too many times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I mean that one was like really good TV. There is no person like Phaedra because they voted them off too quickly.
They did.
Stop doing it.
Bob could have been there.
Yeah, Bob, the drag queen. Mm-hmm. They voted the people that make good TV off too quickly.
Yeah, yeah. All right, so let's hang up. We'll be on here for another 30 minutes.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, let's see.
How do you hang this thing up from here? Okay, there's
Okay, I think